So as a scholar of American religions, I teach about a lot of beliefs that a lot of people find unbelievable. In my classes, we learn about many religious movements whose ideas and practices often get called crazy, stupid, irrational, and so on. Here's what I tell my students whenever we're studying such a movement. The notion that an angel named Moroni led a man named Joseph Smith to dig up ancient gold plates in upstate New York is every bit as believable and every bit as unbelievable as the notion that God led Moses up Mount Sinai and gave him 2 stone tablets on which God had written the 10 Commandments. The notion that the spirits, the Loa, mount and possess a priestess, a mambo, is every bit as believable and every bit as unbelievable as the notion that the Holy Spirit came from heaven, filled the followers of Jesus, and empowered them to speak in other languages. And the notion that a UFO will one day appear in the sky and drop bombs that will destroy white people while leaving black people unharmed is every bit as believable and every bit as unbelievable as the notion that Jesus Christ will one day descend from heaven and gather God's elect from throughout the earth. All of these notions share basic metaphysical assumptions, and what makes one seem believable and the other seem unbelievable is simply history, power, and our own personal experiences. Now, my point here is not that any and all religious beliefs should be celebrated. The point is that before we dismiss communities and traditions that we are not familiar with, we should recognize that everything we call a religion was once novel, and everything we call a religion in one way or another moves beyond the empirical. And when it comes to a religious community or tradition that we think is doing harm, it's all the more important that we don't just call it dumb or evil and then move on, but that we try to understand the conditions that enabled its emergence and the factors that draw certain people to it. People like us.